A week passed. 7 long days since Susan stormed off at Old Harbor. 7 days since Andre sat in his taxi, with tears streaming down his face, unsure why the pain cut so deep. He had tried to bury himself in work, driving extra hours, blasting music to drown out his thoughts. But every passenger who entered his taxi reminded him of her. The way she tucked her bag on her lap. The way her morning driver softened the hardest days. He missed it more than he cared to admit. Then, the next Monday morning, fate intervened. As Andre pulled up at the stand, there she was, Susan, his breath caught in his chest. She looked calmer this time, her tote bag in place, earphones dangling in her hand. No Darren in sight, just her. For a moment, Andre considered driving away. The ache in his chest was still fresh. But then Susan turned and met his eyes. She offered a small, tentative smile. "Morning, driver," she said softly, stepping into the taxi. Andre's hands tightened on the steering wheel. He nodded, forcing his voice steady. "Morning." The ride was quiet for a while. Passengers chatted around them, but Susan didn't put in her earphones. Instead, she glanced at him through the mirror, as if she was working up the courage to speak. Finally, she leaned forward, touching Andre's hand softly. Andre's heart literally stopped beating for a few seconds. "Driver, I am so sorry about last week," she said quietly. "I know it must have looked real dramatic." Andre swallowed, caught his breath, then said, "No worry about that, man. I saw the everything Irie." She gave a small laugh. "Truth is, I just wanted Darren to back off. Him too persistent, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I just ride with my coworker last week to ditch him." Andre's heart skipped a beat. He thought this was the perfect moment to open up. "Susan, who wouldn't want you?" said Andre, then covering his mouth, shocked because of what just came out of it. Susan's eyes widened. "What did you just say, driver?" He hesitated, then lowered his voice. "A long time me like you off, but couldn't find the courage to tell you." Susan closed her eyes, then blushed a little. "Wait until you let off the other passengers, then you talk to me." Those words were like music to Andre's ears. They were at Sandy Bay when he heard the magic words. He started driving fast like never before, taking just 7 minutes to reach Old Harbor from there. He rushed the passengers and collected the fares in a hurry, leaving Susan alone in the back seat. "Babes, can we go somewhere more quiet?" "You start call me all babes?" Susan asked. Andre smiled and said, "Think of babes I want to call you? I want to call you more than that." They both laughed. Then Susan reminded Andre that she should reach work by 10 a.m. "It's just 8:30, so you have time, babes. Just relax," said Andre. She agreed and reclined in the seat. Then Andre felt a slight erection. He wondered if he was dreaming. He drove onto Darlington Drive and then pulled up in a lonely lane. "Babes, come round here beside me. I need to look into your eyes when I say this." Susan hesitated a bit, then told Andre that she didn't want anyone to see her. He told her that she didn't have to get out the car and instructed her to step over. Susan did just that. She sat on the front seat and they both stared each other in the eyes for about 3 minutes. Susan then broke the silence saying, "So, driver, from when you like me?" Andre wanted to speak, but the words weren't coming. He smiled and looked away. "Don't be shy," Susan said. Andre hesitated a bit, then confessed his long-lasting obsession. Susan held his hand and said, "Well, I realized I liked you when I was traveling with my coworker. I couldn't stop thinking about you, and I knew I had to start taking your taxi again." Andre was speechless. His erection grew and he didn't know what to do. She realized what was happening, and what she said next was crazy. "I want you to," she said. Andre froze. He thought he would faint, but he just sat there speechless, eyes wide open. "But we can't be together," said Susan in a concerned tone. Andre managed to ask why, but what she said next would change his life. "I am engaged to be wed next month. I don't wear my engagement ring because it's bigger than my finger and is now being fixed, and my fiancé is a soldier." Andre's jaw dropped. He didn't know how to react. He was feeling sad, heartbroken, and betrayed. His erection suddenly left. Silence filled the car. Then Andre finally asked, "So why did you lead me on?" Susan then told him that she just wanted one special moment with him, so she could keep that memory forever. The words hit Andre like a blow. Tears filled his eyes, but he fought hard to keep them from rolling down his face. He couldn't find any words. All he could do was start the engine and started driving. He kept his eyes on the road, trying to mask the storm inside him. A soldier, a fiancé, a wedding. The fact that she even went with him. Andre was so confused. Susan glanced at Andre. "I hope you understand," she said. Andre forced a smile and say, "I overstand." Susan exhaled in relief. "Thanks. I appreciate you, driver. You drive good and I feel safe, comfortable. I will always drive with you, but please promise me, from now on, we have to keep our feelings to ourselves. Okay?" Andre nodded slowly. "All right, Susan." They fell into silence again. This time, it wasn't heavy, it was bittersweet. Susan looked out the window, lost in thought, while Andre gripped the steering wheel, his chest aching with words he knew he could never say. When they reached back at Gateway Plaza, Susan paid her fare and paused. For once, she didn't rush out. She looked Andre straight in the eyes. "Take care of yourself, driver," she said softly. "See you tomorrow." Andre nodded. "Yeah, see you tomorrow." As she walked away, Andre let out a long, shaky breath. His heart ached, but there was a strange peace in it. He had spoken to her. She had noticed him. She even liked him herself. And since Susan could never be his, Andre knew that some loves weren't meant to be, only cherished. The taxi horn blared behind him, pulling him back to reality. Andre shifted into gear, joining the tide of the Old Harbor traffic once more. Life rolled on, and so would he. But in his heart, he carried the love of a man who once found his reason to smile in the back seat of his taxi. You have reached the end of this series. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more amazing tales. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.